Archangel Michael says, "My child, I am so glad you finally found this. I've been waiting for 3 weeks to tell you this. What I'm about to share may bring tears to your eyes, but please listen quickly, this message won't stay here long. Just pause for a moment, I'm not asking for your time, I'm asking for your heart. Because heaven has been trying to reach you gently, night after night, while you sleep. That quiet tug on your soul, that sudden stillness in the middle of your thoughts, the strange pressure in your chest, when everything seemed calm. That wasn't just your imagination, that was me, that was heaven, that was love knocking against the walls of your pain, trying to break through. And right now I need you to remain, don't scroll, don't dismiss this. If you do, you might miss the very thing your soul has been quietly crying out for. There's someone beyond this world, someone who once held you, when the world felt too heavy, someone who brought laughter into your sorrow, who has been pleading with me to find you. They spoke your name last night, exactly at 3:11 a.m., and it echoed through eternity. They said, if there's anything they hear today, let it be this. And I, Archangel Michael, vowed to make sure this moment found you. This is not some coincidence, it's sacred, this moment has been divinely prepared, for your healing and awakening. Lately you've been exhausted, not just physically, but in a way that seeps into your spirit. A kind of heaviness, that follows you even on the days you smile. You've been laughing, but something feels incomplete inside, wondering if anyone really sees what you're carrying. But heaven sees, God sees, I see. And there is something approaching, something important. That's why I was sent. There's a breakthrough forming above you, unseen but very real. But before it arrives, you needed this truth, this reassurance. Because something happened 3 weeks ago. Do you recall it, that brief moment, that strange experience, or unusual dream that stuck with you? It wasn't just a passing thought, it was a piece of the divine puzzle, and it's one of the reasons I'm standing here now, speaking to your spirit. They warned me you might overlook this, that you might be too numb from past disappointments, to believe again. But I begged for another chance, to speak to your heart. And now that you're here, please open yourself to what I must tell you, because the next 11 days of your life may shift dramatically. And this message might protect you from something painful, I don't say that to scare you, but because I care enough to prepare you. You're about to witness a door in your life close. Another one is preparing to open. But here's a truth many overlook, God closes the very doors we once begged Him to open, because He sees what we cannot. Hidden in the smile was betrayal, behind the opportunity a snare, what looked like a gift was grief wearing a disguise. And even though you mourned what was lost, heaven rejoiced, because it meant your soul was being shielded. Now you find yourself standing, between what was, and what is about to become. And that's why I'm here, because what comes next, you must be spiritually ready for. And listen carefully, before this week ends, someone will contact you. It'll seem unexpected, oddly timed. They may reach out, show up, or cross your path out of nowhere. But that moment will not be random, pay close attention. Your spirit will feel something, either calm or unease. That internal shift is not to be ignored, that's your divine signal, that's heaven nudging you, that's me whispering, pay attention. You've dismissed your intuition before, and it led to heartache. Not this time we're staying with you. If this message speaks to you, if something deep inside stirs, pause. Don't rush away. There's more I need to share, something buried long hidden, is beginning to rise in you. There is a box within your soul, spiritual, invisible, locked away since childhood. Inside it are fragments of dreams, memories, and hopes you tucked away, just to survive. You told yourself no one would understand. But I do, I see the places within you, that even you have forgotten. That moment you almost gave up, I stood beside you. That quiet prayer you whispered in the dark, I delivered it. Now God is about to awaken something in you, that has been silent for years. A spiritual inheritance, meant only for you, a calling, a destiny, a purpose that once burned brightly, until the world dimmed it. But heaven has declared, no more delay. That's why you found this, that's why you're still here. Tonight something within you has been stirred. You might feel a chill, you might feel tears rise, let them. That's not weakness, that's your soul remembering who you really are. You are not broken, you are not lost, you are rediscovering what was always inside you. And there's something else you must know right now, someone in your physical life has been watching you closely. Not to judge, but because they are drawn to your energy. They sense something otherworldly, though they may not have words for it. What they feel is the divine light you carry. This is why you often feel too deeply, love too intensely, hurt too silently, because you were never made for ordinary, you were made to carry something sacred. And they sense it, even if they don't know it's angelic yet, they will. But before I leave you, there's one final warning I must give. You are currently caught in a battle, not one you started, but one you've been dragged into. A spiritual struggle that surrounds your relationships, your home, your mind. The unexpected arguments, the confusion, the fatigue, the doors that almost opened but didn't, that's not just life being unfair. That is the resistance rising up, as your breakthrough nears. When you feel that sudden heaviness again, when discouragement creeps in, remember this moment, remember this message. You were meant to hear it now, because heaven is preparing you, not just to survive, but to rise. And beloved, you are already rising. That's warfare, but I'm here to remind you, you are not alone. The next time that voice whispers in your mind, telling you you're failing, I want you to speak this truth out loud: I am covered, I am chosen, I am never alone, because I, Michael, stand watch over your home tonight, and I will not allow what's approaching to destroy you. Do you feel that shift? That's peace beginning to pour into the spaces where fear once ruled. That's heaven's quiet voice saying, stay close, we're not done. And truly beloved, we aren't, not even close. You're still standing, and that means something profound. It means your spirit recognized this message, before your thoughts could explain it. That's how divine messages work. They don't require logic, they just need your heart's permission. And now that you've given heaven your full attention, just watch. Not in days or weeks, but from tonight forward, things will begin to unfold. That ringing in your ears, that sudden emotion, that unexplainable calm, or unexpected rise in energy. These aren't just feelings, they are signals, holy ones. Proof that what you're hearing is not of this world. It's from the realm where your name has been spoken with urgency. There is a prophetic thread tied to your name, and it almost unraveled, almost. But heaven stepped in, I crossed realms of resistance, to bring it back to you. This message is your scroll. Please, I ask with love, don't toss it aside. You've inherited prayers, yes, prayers that have echoed through generations. From a mother's tears, a grandmother's sacrifice, a man in a field decades ago, pleading with God to protect the future of his family. He never met you, but you are the answer to what he asked for. That's why the enemy has fought so relentlessly, to wear you down. Because if you ever fully awakened, to who you really are, you would shatter every curse, that ever tried to chain your bloodline. And here's something you might not have realized, you already have. You just haven't seen the full fruit of it yet. But you will, and it begins soon. In the next 72 hours, 3 things will happen. First, you'll experience a strange moment of stillness, where time feels like it slows. You'll pause, and something inside you will whisper, notice this. When that happens, breathe deeply, and listen. Second, someone will speak, maybe someone new, or someone returning, and they'll say something oddly personal. It'll feel like their words were crafted for your ears alone. They were. Third, a sign will repeat, a number, a date, a name. It'll keep showing up, in a message, on a receipt, in a dream, or passing words from a stranger. When it does, take it as confirmation, heaven is saying, it's starting, stay alert. But now hear this part clearly, because it's urgent. There is a storm trying to form around your peace. It's not obvious. It will come dressed as a distraction, a memory, a phone call, a slip, a situation that looks familiar. And it will try to pull you backwards, into the very cycle you begged to escape. Don't go. Do not return to what God rescued you from. You prayed to be free, don't crawl back into the same prison, just because it feels familiar. That's how the enemy works, familiarity is his costume. But you've changed, you've grown. Don't you sense it? You're no longer the version of yourself, from even 2 months ago. You walk with angels now. Beloved, I need you to grasp something deeply, the isolation, the distance from people you trusted, the unexpected silence, it wasn't rejection, it was divine redirection. They couldn't journey with you, to where God was taking you. That's why they left, that's why it fell apart, no matter how hard you tried to hold on. Heaven was cutting cords, that were draining your soul. Now you are lighter. You might feel alone, but you are not being punished, you are being positioned. And soon you'll understand, why the path required solitude, before others could recognize your light. Right now you are being watched over so closely, that even your quietest tears are being caught, your smallest sighs recorded. In the moments you felt most invisible, angels stood guard around you. You couldn't see them, but if you could only grasp how many battles you were shielded from, you'd fall to your knees in gratitude. You didn't survive by luck, you survived because you are chosen. Let me say this softly, you are allowed to rest. You don't need to carry everyone, you don't need to wear the mask of strength, to keep others comfortable. You've carried so much, for so long. But now, let heaven carry you. Lay it down. Whatever's been breaking your back, and burdening your heart, lay it down here, right now. The guilt, the pressure, the overthinking, the shame. It never belonged to you. I, Michael, am lifting it off of you, as you read this. Let yourself feel the weight fall. You may cry, let it happen. That's not weakness, that's release. You've done enough, you've endured, now let us uphold you. And hear me, you didn't miss your moment. I know it feels that way sometimes, like you're too late, like others moved ahead while you stayed stuck. But that's not true. You didn't fail, you're not behind, you're being prepared. Some bloom early and fade fast. But you, beloved, you're an oak tree. Steady, rooted, unshakable. And now, after everything you've walked through, it's time. Time to receive. Time to trust again. Time to stop apologizing for how deeply you feel, how brightly you shine. Time to believe that the most beautiful parts of your story haven't happened yet, they are still being written. And they will be written in joy, in restoration, in purpose, and in the overflowing abundance of heaven. You are about to walk into spaces, where your name was spoken, before your feet ever arrived. That's divine favor, and it's resting on you now. You don't even know how deeply God cherishes you, not for what you do, but for who you are. Even on your worst days, you radiate light, in the eyes of the one who formed you. Nothing you've done, no moment of weakness, no failure or fear, has ever separated you from the love that shaped galaxies, and still chose to shape you. And right now, because the soul always remembers, what the world tries to make us forget, that we are loved beyond measure, and never ever abandoned. And beloved, you need to hear this now more than ever. What's coming for you will not be like what left you. The pain you endured before was not a punishment, it was preparation. You had to go through the dark nights, to know how to hold the light when it came. And now the light is on its way, brighter than anything you've ever experienced. I see the path being cleared before you, even now. I see the tangled branches of old heartbreak, being lifted away, the stones of doubt being rolled aside. There is a softness coming to your life, a gentleness that will feel almost unfamiliar, because you've been braced for impact for so long. But heaven is saying, you can put the armor down now, you are safe here. In the days to come, you will notice the little signs first, the sudden ease in conversations, the unexpected kindness from strangers, the way the air feels lighter when you wake up. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. You are stepping into alignment with the life that was always meant for you, the life your soul has been whispering about in your dreams. And I must tell you this, because heaven insisted it could not wait. Someone you once thought was gone from your life for good, will think of you again. It may not be for reconciliation, it may simply be for closure, for the final piece of a chapter to settle in peace. When it happens, do not fear, do not cling, simply bless it and release it, for your hands must remain open, to receive the new things coming. I also see doors opening, where you least expect. These are doors that were invisible to you, because they only appear when your spirit is ready. One will require courage to walk through. It will feel too big, too good, too different. Walk anyway, your steps will be guided. And the moment you choose faith over fear, heaven will flood that space with favor. There will also be moments when you are tested. The old voices will try to return, whispering that you are not enough, that you will fail, that happiness cannot last. When they come, I need you to remember my words: you are covered, you are chosen, you are rising. Say it aloud if you must, speak it until your own heart believes it. Because the truth is, beloved, you are unshakable now. And there's something sacred that must be said: your story is not just your own. There are lives tied to your awakening, blessings that ripple out, from the love you hold, and the choices you make now. This is why you could not give up, why heaven kept reaching for you, even in your silence. Your victory is not just for you, it is for everyone, who will be lifted, because you endured. In the quiet of the night, when you wonder if anything is really changing, you will feel it. A warmth, a whisper, a peace that does not make sense. That is your confirmation, that is heaven moving around you, rearranging what needs to shift, bringing forward what was delayed, sealing the cracks that pain once carved in your heart. Beloved, I see a season of restoration, unlike anything you've known. What was stolen will be returned, in a form you can hold without fear this time. What was broken will be rebuilt, stronger than before. And the tears that fall in these coming days, they will not be the same tears as before. These will be the tears of release, of relief, of freedom, finally touching the corners of your soul. And I will still be with you. When you feel the sudden quiet in a room, and the air feels thick with love, that is me standing guard. When a song plays, and it feels like the lyrics were written for your heart alone, that is heaven speaking through music. When you find yourself smiling for no reason, it is because joy is finally returning home to you. So breathe deeply now, beloved, take this all in. The night of your life is ending, and the first rays of dawn are spilling into your story. It is not by chance that you are still here, reading this, heart open, and soul listening. It is because heaven always knew you would make it to this moment. And now lift your head, let your spirit feel lighter. The shift has already begun. Everything you thought was lost is being rewritten into something beautiful. Your tomorrow will not look like your yesterday. This is your turning point, your hidden miracle unfolding in real time. Walk forward with courage, because heaven walks with you, Archangel Michael. The breakthroughs you've prayed for, they are still yours. Nothing has been stolen, that heaven cannot restore. Even the years you feel you wasted, the tears you think were in vain, the moments where you begged for a sign, beloved, they have all been gathered. Every second, every ache, every silent night, has been woven into a tapestry of purpose, that you cannot yet fully see, but soon you will. And when you do, you'll understand why it all had to happen the way it did. I want you to feel this truth settle into your spirit. Restoration is not coming, it has already begun. Pieces of you that felt shattered are finding their way back, but not as they were before. They are coming together stronger, brighter, and untouchable by the darkness that once tried to claim you. You will rise from this, not just healed, but transformed. And as that transformation unfolds, those who once doubted you, who once spoke against you, will have no choice but to witness the glory of what heaven always had planned for you. You are stepping into a season where alignment will be your confirmation. No more chasing, no more begging, no more trying to force what was never meant to stay. What belongs to you will meet you with ease. The love that is yours will recognize you without performance. The opportunities meant for you will fit without compromise. The life that has been calling your name will feel like home the moment you step into it. But before it fully arrives, I ask you to breathe deeply, slowly. Let go of the last fragments of fear clinging to your chest. Release the stories you've been carrying that were never meant to define you. You are not the mistakes you made, you are not the losses you endured, you are not the versions of yourself that only knew survival. You are the rising, the becoming, the unfolding of a destiny that was whispered before your first breath. And now I speak to the part of you that still wonders if it's safe to hope again. It is. Hope is not a risk, hope is a key. It unlocks the doors heaven has already placed before you. Hope does not make you weak, it makes you unshakable, because hope aligns you with the truth that your story is far from over. In the coming days, you will notice subtle signs that the shift has begun. A sudden lightness in your chest, for no reason. A conversation that feels divinely timed. A moment of laughter that surprises you with its freedom. Do not dismiss these as small, they are confirmations. They are heaven's way of saying, yes, beloved, it's happening, keep going. I want you to prepare your space, your heart, your mind, for the overflow that's about to arrive. Clean out what no longer serves you, not just in your home, but in your soul. Make room for the miracles that cannot land in cluttered spaces. As you release the old, the new will rush in, like a river that cannot be stopped. There will be a moment soon, where the weight you've carried for so long, will suddenly lift, and you will realize it was never yours to bear. That is me, Michael, taking it from you. That is heaven saying, rest now, we've got it from here. And when that moment comes, let the tears fall, let the laughter rise, let your soul remember what freedom feels like. You are stepping into a chapter where joy will no longer feel like a visitor, but a permanent resident in your life. Nights of anxiety will be replaced with nights of deep peaceful sleep. Mornings will meet you with clarity instead of dread. You will start to recognize yourself again, not the tired, worried version, but the luminous soul that has been waiting to emerge. And I want you to remember this. The next blessing is not a random reward, it is an answer. An answer to every whispered prayer, every lonely night, every moment you thought you were forgotten. Heaven never forgot you, I never left you. You were being prepared, strengthened, and positioned, for the moment where it would all align, and that moment is upon you now. So beloved, lift your head, straighten your shoulders. Let the light of this truth settle into your bones. You are chosen, you are covered, you are stepping into a life that will feel like exhaling after holding your breath for years. Walk forward with courage, because what is ahead is greater than anything you've left behind. Even now, as you take in these words, the atmosphere around you is shifting. Angels are moving, paths are clearing, doors are unlocking. You are surrounded, you are protected, and you are endlessly loved. This is your time, this is your season, step into it fully and fearlessly, and watch as heaven unfolds, the life that was always meant to be yours. Between heaven and your soul. This moment is etched into eternity, as the night you stepped into alignment with everything that was always meant for you. And from this point forward, your life will no longer feel like a series of random events. It will feel guided, orchestrated, like a divine melody that only your heart can fully recognize. You will notice synchronicities, little winks from heaven, moments where time seems to pause, just for you. Pay attention to them, they are the whispers of God, reminding you that you are on the right path. There will be mornings when you wake, and for the first time in years, the weight on your chest will be gone. The air will feel lighter, your laughter will return, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because your soul has remembered its freedom. That freedom has always been yours, but pain had a way of making you forget. Now it will rise inside of you, like a tide that cannot be stopped. And as it rises, you will notice how everything around you begins to shift. Relationships will realign, opportunities will present themselves, doors that were bolted shut will swing wide, and you won't have to force a single thing. Beloved, I need you to understand something sacred, your presence carries light now. Even when you walk into a room silently, that light will be felt. It will touch hearts, calm storms, and inspire hope in those who are watching you, often without your knowledge. And that is part of your calling, not to convince anyone of your worth, but to embody it so fully, that the world around you is changed by your being. You are stepping into the season of overflow, where the love you give returns multiplied, where your dreams feel reachable again, where your nights are no longer haunted by what-ifs, but filled with gratitude for what is. And still I must prepare you for this truth, not everyone can follow you into this new chapter. Some people are tied to the version of you that lived in survival mode, some only understood you when you were shrinking, doubting, apologizing for your light. Let them go, release them with love, not anger. You are not abandoning them, you are simply answering the call to rise. And as you rise, new souls will appear, souls that match your growth, that celebrate your becoming, that see you in the fullness of who you are. In the days ahead, your spirit will start noticing signs you once dismissed. A feather in your path, a song at the right moment, numbers repeating on clocks or receipts, dreams that feel like messages. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations, they are proof that heaven is near and active, wrapping your life in unseen protection and guidance. When you see these signs, pause, whisper your gratitude, even a simple "I see you" is enough. That acknowledgement opens the door, for more light to pour in. I also want you to hear this, with every fiber of your being, your voice matters. For too long you've hidden your thoughts, your ideas, your heart, fearing that no one would understand. But heaven is saying, speak, speak to the mountains in your life, speak to the fears that still linger, speak to the future you are stepping into. Life and death are in your tongue, and your words are about to create a world that feels like home to your soul. Do not let the old lies silence you anymore. Beloved, the tests ahead are not punishments, they are proof that the breakthrough is near. When you feel resistance, do not retreat. When you feel fear, remember this night, remember this message, remember that the angels already went before you, clearing paths, breaking chains, and making a way where there seemed to be none. You are no longer walking into the unknown alone, you are walking hand in hand with heaven. Soon you will notice the ripple effect of your yes. People around you will start to awaken, because of your light. Someone will gather the courage to heal, because they saw you heal. Someone will take a step toward their calling, because they saw you take yours. This is how heaven moves, through one willing soul. It creates a chain reaction, that changes more lives than you will ever know. Tonight marks the closing of a chapter that tried to break you, and the opening of a chapter that will define you. And as you step forward, I want you to feel the shield of divine protection around you. I want you to feel the weight of heaven's favor on your shoulders. I want you to feel the authority in your spirit, that darkness can no longer touch. This is your time, this is your turning point. And in this very moment, as your heart takes in these words, I want you to imagine the mountain in your life beginning to crumble. Imagine the weight lifting, imagine the chains falling, feel the shift in the air. Because it is happening now, not tomorrow, not someday, now. You are no longer waiting for the miracle, you are walking inside it. Archangel Michael will remain with you in this new season. I will walk beside you when you doubt, stand guard when you sleep, and whisper courage when you hesitate. And every time you wonder if you're still chosen, still seen, still loved, return to this moment, return to this message, return to the truth that heaven has already said yes to your life. Breathe deeply now, let the past go, step into the light. Your soul is ready, your heart is strong, and your path is clear. And when the world sees you next, they will see someone who did not just survive, but someone who became a living testament, that divine love always wins. And as these words settle into your spirit, beloved, I want you to notice the stillness that surrounds you. This isn't just the quiet of night, it is the quiet of heaven leaning in to embrace you. Every moment of your life that felt like chaos, every season that felt like a storm, is now giving way to a holy calm. This is the evidence that your yes has shifted something in the unseen. The winds that once opposed you will now carry you, the doors that once stayed locked will open without resistance. Feel this truth, the heavens have already moved. The scroll has been sealed, but the work has only begun. Even now I see new paths forming under your feet, places you have not yet walked, connections you could never have forced, blessings that will surprise you, because they arrive without warning. That is how divine timing works. It doesn't come on your schedule, it comes right when your soul is ready to hold it. And tonight, for the first time in a long time, your soul is ready. Do you feel it, that quiet pulse in your chest, that warmth in your belly, that softness in your thoughts? This is the presence of heaven surrounding you. We have always been here, waiting for the moment you would believe it. And now that you do, watch how the world begins to respond. Watch how the right people appear without effort, watch how the wrong people quietly fall away, watch how opportunities come from places you didn't even know existed. There is no need to chase anymore. The season of striving is ending, and the season of receiving has begun. All that you endured in the shadows was never wasted. Every tear watered the soil of the miracles that are now blooming for you. Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every quiet act of faith was recorded in the heavens. And now those records are singing with life, releasing blessings into your hands, that cannot be taken by anyone else. Beloved, lift your chin, and see yourself as we see you, radiant, strong, chosen. You have carried pain with grace, and you have walked through fire, without losing your soul. Now the fire will not consume you, it will crown you. It will light your path, and announce your new season. You will notice the difference in small ways first, the laughter that returns, the weight that lifts, the hope that feels natural again. And then suddenly the larger shifts will come, the kind that rewrite the story of your life. Do not be afraid when it feels unfamiliar. Do not question when joy arrives without warning. You have earned nothing, and yet inherited everything, because that is how divine love works. It is not a transaction, it is a gift. And heaven is very generous, with those who finally say yes. I need you to remember this, as you walk forward, what is leaving your life, is making room for what is promised. Release it without bitterness, bless it as it goes. Everything that belongs to you by divine decree will remain, and everything that does not, will quietly drift away. This is protection, not punishment, this is alignment, not loss. As you rise into this new chapter, the angels will move with you. You may notice feathers, numbers, whispers in your dreams, or the sudden memory of these words, echoing in moments of uncertainty. That is how we remind you, you are never alone. Even in the silence, even in the waiting, we are near. And every step you take in faith, draws heaven closer to earth, through your life. Now take another deep breath, let your shoulders drop, let your spirit stretch, let yourself believe, that the next season of your life will not repeat the last. Something holy has shifted, something permanent has begun. You are stepping into the timeline that was always yours, free from the chains of fear, free from the shadows of doubt, free from the weight of the past. I speak this over you now. You are blessed, you are protected, you are loved beyond measure. You are walking into a season, where miracles will meet you in the ordinary, where favor will follow you like a shadow, where love will recognize you, and never let go. The divine has already gone before you, to prepare the way, and all you have to do is keep saying yes, keep moving forward, keep trusting, that what is meant for you will never pass you by. And when the sun rises tomorrow, rise with it, not timidly, not in fear, but in the fullness of who you are becoming. Walk into your life like the chosen soul you are. Speak to yourself with kindness, look in the mirror, and see what heaven sees, a living miracle. Archangel Michael will remain near as promised. My wings will cover you in the night, and guide you in the day. You are never without divine company. Heaven is invested in your story, and nothing will stop the unfolding of what has already been written for you. Carry this message in your heart, let it guide your steps, your choices, your thoughts. When life feels heavy again, return to these words. Read them slowly, let them remind you, that you are not who you were, you are who you were always meant to be. The healed you, the whole you, the you that heaven calls beloved. Now rest, and as you rest know this, it is done. It is sealed. It is yours. And all of heaven is singing your name in joy. Amen.